at Crittall Windows, a company that was founded in 1849. In fact, they made windows that went onto the Titanic. Now, fast forward to 2024, and their machinery, customers and manufacturing processes are changing. So we're here to find out what means so much to a company that's 175 years old.
I'm Darren Joyce, I'm the production director at Crittall Windows here in Whittam in Essex. And here we manufacture steel windows and doors. We do everything here. We cut the steel, we weld it, we powder coat it, galvanise it and ship it off to the entire world. We're having a big change in our machinery. It's quite a transitional period for us after many years. The older machinery that was very heavy duty, that was made to stamp big slots in through sections and holes and all manner of bits and pieces, it's not really following how we need to manufacture things nowadays. With a lot more one-offs that are required for a changing market for us of one-off manufacturers as opposed to 100 of the same size. We need now one-off of one size and another 99 jobs, again with all different preparations. So we have to move our machinery alongside with that. So we've moved to more CNC machinery, machining centres, and therefore we can do with one-offs much easier than setting up to half an hour on one of our hard tooling machines. So making that transition it's been a difficult process and it's taken a few years, and we're still in that transition now. So yeah, it's moving the systems as well as the machines, and it's paying dividends for us already. Still a bit of work to do yet, but we're on that road now. Okay, so one of the biggest challenges we faced is when we moved over to more machining centre-based production, is that steel profiles aren't like, say, aluminium or PVC. They take longer to process. There's a lot of machining that goes on, a lot of coolant is used in that process. So we had a big issue in terms of production of fumes, and particularly oil-laden fumes. So we rapidly found that the factory was starting to mist up, which wasn't a good environment for our workplace. And also, put far too much coolant onto our bars, which in a downstream process are then being welded. And that produced even more fumes. So we wanted to revise the way we deal with our coolant and our cutting fluids on those machining centres. It doesn't actually exist at the moment, so we had to make modifications which aren't normally made. One of the biggest challenges was trying to move away from paper type filters that are historically used on these types of machines and actually find something that would take the oil out of the air. If we take the oil out of the air, then when the doors of the machines open, you don't get puffs of oil-laden air, and it's a cleaner, you get a cleaner environment and everything else that goes along with moving that oil out of the air. So we went to the market. We've done a lot of investigations. We spoke to a lot of the machinery manufacturers, and we come across a company called Filtermist. They produced what was basically a drum that centrifugally spins the oil out of the air and filters it out. And we thought, well, it sounds too good to be true, but it works. We've installed them in all of our CNC machining centres. It successfully spins oil out. We actually and we take that further as well. So we've modified further. So we're recycling that oil back out of the machines, and we use it on our flood-based machines now as well. We also made other changes. So we changed so when the doors open on the CNC machines, after 10-minute time, they'll cut off. So you're not wasting electricity on spinning machines that don't need to be used. So that's a challenge we faced. Found Filtermist. Fantastic product that does exactly what it says in the tin.
Now, this company have gone from having 0 to 12 units in as little as 1 year. Now, this is testament to the unit's performance, exceeding clients' expectations and doing exactly what it needs to. Interestingly, as part of the installation, you can have an F monitor fitted. It gives you live readings to tell you the efficiency of the unit. Therefore, it's helping assist you with ongoing maintenance, and that gives you one less thing to think about.
After the installation of these machines, it took a while to see the changes, but it didn't take that long. We suddenly started seeing, the clouds of fumes that were being produced historically disappearing from the factory environment. Obviously, the health and safety and well-being of employees is number one, always has been. And in a steel window manufacturing plant where you also can undertaking welding operations, pre-treatment processes, there are fumes, so we have big extraction facilities. But the localised filtration of oil out of the air was so important. So the biggest improvement has been the removal of oil from the air around people. It's not on their clothes, it's not, thankfully on their faces, on their hands, it's not on the workpiece, it's not on the floors. So it's a much nicer place for people to work, and obviously a much healthier place. And we've seen that improvement on our air quality checks that we undertake every year. So that's come through in the numbers as well, which is even better for us. The other improvements we found is it's an economical one. We take that oil that we recycle and we can reuse it onto other machines. Coolant and cutting fluids are not cheap, especially as we actually move to a water-based coolant as opposed to an oil-based coolant. And we've got the water solubility of that correct, so that it burns off without making so many fumes. So all in all, if you package all of those things together, you end up with a nicer environment, a cut down in our expenses. Because the filters are cutting in and out to suit the machine's usage as opposed to constantly running extractors. We're also seeing energy savings, electricity savings in that. So all in all, it's a bit of a no-brainer.